Hello, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins that could be sitting right in your pocket or tucked away in an old jar. If you're passionate about rare finds, hidden treasures, and coins that could make you rich, you're in the right place. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story behind a single Lincoln penny, a 1972 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny that is turning heads in the numismatic world. This isn't just any old coin. This one is worth a jaw-dropping $82,673 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's take a journey through time to discover how a penny minted in 1972 in Denver became one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in American history. Historical background of the 1972 D. Lincoln pennilets begin with a look back in time. The year was 1972. Richard Nixon was the President of the United States. The Vietnam War was ongoing, and the space race was still pushing boundaries. Meanwhile, over at the Denver Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were being produced as part of the standard U.S. coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner and first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln cent was already a staple of American currency. The familiar profile of Lincoln remained unchanged, but with every year and every mint location, subtle differences crept in, differences that collectors today watch for like hawks. In 1972, the Denver Mint struck over 2.5 billion Lincoln cents. Yes, billion with a B. So you might be wondering, how can a penny that had billions of copies become one of the most valuable in existence? Well, the answer lies in a combination of minting anomalies, exceptional preservation, and collector demand. This particular 1972 D. Lincoln cent isn't your average pocket change. It's a coin that stood out from the crowd, a survivor in pristine condition that became a legend among collectors. What makes the 1972 D penny so valuable? What gives this 1972 D Lincoln penny its incredible value? To understand that, we need to talk about three key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, let's discuss condition. Most pennies you find in circulation have scratches, discoloration, and signs of wear. They've been through decades of handling, washing machines, piggy banks, and vending machines. But this particular 1972 D penny was preserved in virtually flawless condition. It was graded at the highest levels by top coin grading services, which makes it a top-tier example of the year and mint. Next comes rarity, not in terms of total mintage, but in terms of surviving examples and high condition. Out of the billions minted, only a handful remain in pristine, uncirculated, gem-red condition with all the original luster, clean surfaces, and razor-sharp details. And among those, this one stood out further with an exceptionally well-struck design and no visible flaws under magnification. Lastly, we have demand. Serious collectors are constantly on the lookout for perfect specimens from key years. The 1972 D penny, while common in general circulation, becomes a superstar when found in such immaculate condition. And when only a tiny number exist in such form, bidding wars can erupt at auctions. That's exactly what happened with this coin, driving its value up to an astonishing $82,673. Auction and market value today. Let's talk about how this coin made headlines. The 1972 D. Lincoln penny we're discussing today went under the hammer at a major numismatic auction. Collectors and investors alike watched as the bidding started modestly but quickly escalated. When the final gavel fell, the price stunned everyone: $82,673 for a single penny. That's enough to buy a luxury car, pay off student loans, or even put a down payment on a house. But it doesn't stop there. Because of this auction, interest in the 1972 D penny skyrocketed. Collectors began digging through old coin rolls, checking their childhood coin jars, and visiting coin shows hoping to find a similar treasure. The coin became an icon overnight, a modern-day gold rush in copper-plated zinc. Even now, dealers list top condition 1972 D. Lincoln pennies for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, depending on the quality and certification. If you happen to find one in MS67 or higher, especially with full red luster, you might be sitting on a small fortune. How to identify and evaluate your own 1972 DPNNY. How can you tell if your 1972 D penny is worth money? First, flip it over and look at the back. Check for sharp details in the Lincoln Memorial design. Then examine the obverse for a strong, clear strike on Lincoln's face and hair. No wear, no scratches, no discoloration. You're looking for that original bright red tone, what collectors call full red. Second, check the mint mark. It must be a bold D under the date, signifying it was struck at the Denver Mint. If your penny matches these characteristics, it's worth getting professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A tiny investment in grading could turn your penny into a life-changing payday. The 1972 D. Lincoln penny might seem like just another piece of change. But as we've seen today, that humble coin could be worth more than $80,000 if it's the right one. That's the magic of numismatics, the thrill of discovery, the power of history, and the potential for profit. So here's what you need to do next. Start searching. Go through your old jars, check your coin rolls, visit flea markets, and ask your relatives if they have old pennies lying around. You never know, your financial breakthrough might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and hidden value of the 1972 D. Lincoln penny, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. We've got tons of exciting content coming up about rare coins, how to sell them, and how to spot the most valuable ones. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, even a single penny can be worth a fortune. Stay curious. Stay inspired. See you in the next video. Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin collectors. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible and shocking story of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, this small copper coin that most people overlook could be sitting in your pocket, your piggy bank, or buried in a forgotten coin jar. But what if I told you this particular penny has sold for an unbelievable $60,934 in today's market? You heard that correctly. A penny that was supposed to be worth just 1 cent is now worth more than some luxury cars. Stay tuned, because we're going to explore everything you need to know about this rare piece of American coinage, from its fascinating history to how you can determine if your 1978 penny is one of the ultra-valuable ones. History of the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Let's start with the history. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been an iconic part of American currency since 1909, when it was first minted to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1978, the penny had already been in circulation for nearly 70 years, but that year holds a particularly interesting story. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents. These coins were struck at various mints, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Normally, pennies minted in Denver bear a small letter D just beneath the date, and those minted in San Francisco show an S. But here's the twist: Philadelphia minted coins typically have no mint mark at all. So, when we talk about a 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, it most likely originated from the Philadelphia Mint. Now you may be wondering, what makes this specific penny so valuable if it doesn't have a mint mark? After all, millions were struck in Philadelphia. Well, not all 1978 no mint mark pennies are created equal. There are a few incredibly rare examples that possess certain features, errors, or pristine conditions that drive collectors wild. And those are the ones turning heads in auctions and selling for tens of thousands of dollars. Why is this penny so valuable? You see, the most valuable 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies are generally in flawless, uncirculated condition, known in the numismatic world as mint state. These coins are often graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, and they receive a numerical grade on the Sheldon scale. The closer a coin is to MS 70, The highest grade possible, the more valuable it becomes, but condition isn't the only thing that adds value. Some 1978 pennies contain striking errors that are extremely rare. These include off-center strikes, double die obverse, planchet flaws, and more. When you combine a rare error with a perfect or near-perfect grade, you get a coin that stands out as a true collector's dream. Point 1. Such 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny recently sold for an astonishing $60,934. That particular coin was in nearly pristine condition, with an exceptional strike and eye appeal. It also carried a desirable error that made it unique among the billions of other 1978 pennies. Features to look for. Now, let's talk about what you should look for if you have a 1978 penny at home. Here are the key features that can make your coin valuable. Number 1. Check for the absence of a mint mark. If the area below the date is blank, you might be in luck, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Number 2. Look at the surface. Is the coin shiny, clean, and free of scratches or nicks? The higher the quality, the better your chances. Number 3. Examine it for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a microscope to see if there are any doubling effects on the date or lettering. Errors like double dies or off-center strikes can significantly increase the value. Number 4. Consider sending it to a professional grading service. Having an expert assign an official grade to your coin can not only tell you how valuable it is, but also make it easier to sell to collectors and dealers. Current market value and demand. The current market value for rare 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent pennies is soaring. With more collectors entering the numismatic world and looking for rare pieces, demand is higher than ever. While common 1978 pennies without errors may only fetch a few cents over face value, those in mint condition with high grades can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and as we mentioned earlier, one remarkable specimen broke expectations and fetched $60,934. This has sparked renewed interest in 1978 pennies and has collectors everywhere rechecking their coin jars and change drawers. How to sell your rare penny. If you believe you have a rare 1978 no-mint Mark penny, here's how to cash in. First, take high-quality photos of your coin under good lighting. Make sure to capture both sides and any noticeable features or errors. Next, consider having it professionally graded. Once your coin is certified and you have a clear understanding of its condition and potential value, you can sell it through reputable auction houses, online marketplaces like eBay, or coin shows where serious collectors gather. Make sure to set a reserve price so you don't accidentally let it go for less than it's worth. And most importantly, do your research on past sales to get a realistic expectation of what collectors are currently willing to pay. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just pocket change. It's a hidden gem with the power to change your financial life. Imagine finding one in an old collection and learning it's worth over $60,000. These rare finds are real, and they're out there waiting to be discovered. The next time you get change back from a store or go through your old coin jar, keep your eyes open. You never know, your 1 cent could be worth a fortune. If you found this video helpful, informative, or just plain fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss another chance to uncover valuable coins. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coin hunting and may your next penny be worth thousands. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've ever searched through your pocket change hoping to strike it rich, then you're in the right place today. Because in this video, we are diving deep into the incredible story, hidden secrets, and staggering current market value of the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, a penny that could be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar might actually be worth as much as $83,773. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and stay with me to the very end because you don't want to miss the jaw-dropping details about this rare and valuable penny that has stunned collectors around the world. Background history of the Lincoln penny. Let's rewind the clock a little and talk about the origins of the Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin first entered circulation in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it quickly became a historic staple of American currency. The original design included Lincoln's bust on the front, or obverse, and two wheat stalks on the reverse. Over the decades, the reverse has changed, from wheat to the Lincoln Memorial, and then to the Union Shield we see today. But in the year 1980, the Lincoln Memorial was still proudly displayed on the back. That brings us to a very special coin minted in that year, the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And it's not just any penny, it's one of the most talked about rarities in the coin collecting world today. What makes the 1980 no-mint mark penny so special? Now you might be asking, what exactly is so special about this penny? After all, millions of pennies were produced in 1980. Well, here's the thing. The vast majority of these pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically did not use a mint mark on 1-cent coins. So yes, seeing no mint mark on a 1980 penny isn't automatically rare, but what makes certain 1980 no mint mark Lincoln pennies extremely rare and valuable is the presence of striking errors, unusual conditions, or specific die varieties. One such known variety includes extremely sharp details, full steps on the Lincoln Memorial, and coins that were struck on copper planchets instead of the zinc-coated ones that became the norm starting in 1982. Another factor that raises the value through the roof is the coin's condition, especially if it is in mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated and shows absolutely no signs of wear. When a coin like this is professionally graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC and receives a high grade like MS 67 or MS 68, its value skyrockets. The $83,773 market value explained. Let's talk numbers. Recently, a 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition was auctioned for a staggering $83,773. Yes, you heard that right, over $83,000 for a single penny. This jaw-dropping value was attributed to a combination of factors. First, the coin was graded MS 68 red, which is an incredibly rare grade for any Lincoln penny, especially from 1980. Second, the coin had perfect luster, immaculate surfaces, and full strike detail, all characteristics that collectors dream about. Another big contributor to the value is demand. The Lincoln Penny series is one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Collectors will pay big money to complete a high-grade set, and they are willing to pay even more for coins that stand out as the finest known examples. When a virtually flawless 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny hit the auction block, the bidding war went wild, and that's how the final price ended up being $83,773. How to identify one in your collection? Now that you know how valuable this penny can be, you might be wondering how to tell if you have one in your own collection. Well, here's what to look for. First, check the date. It should say 1980 and have no mint mark beneath the year. Then, take a closer look at the coin's color and surface. If it has a rich red luster and no signs of wear, you could be looking at a mint state coin. Next, look closely at the details on Lincoln's face, hair, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. If the details are extremely sharp and well-defined, that's a good sign. Also, use a coin scale to check the weight. If your penny weighs 3.11 grams, it might have been struck on a copper planchet, which adds another layer of value. If you think you've found a potential winner, the next step is to send it to a professional grading service. Grading your coin officially will help determine its authenticity, condition, and market value. Services like PCGS and NGC are the most trusted in the industry. Tips for selling a high-value penny. Let's say you hit the jackpot and you really do have a valuable 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. What should you do next? First, avoid selling it on impulse. A coin of this caliber needs to be marketed the right way. After you get it graded, consult with a reputable coin dealer or auction house. They can help you find the right venue, Whether that's a live auction, a major coin show, or an online platform that caters to serious collectors, remember, timing can also affect your final price. Market trends, collector demand, and even economic conditions can all influence the value of your coin. So do your research, get multiple opinions, and never settle for less than what your coin is truly worth. So there you have it. The astonishing story behind the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, why it's worth so much, and how one of these coins sold for an incredible $83,773. Who knew that a single penny could make you rich? Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare penny in your pocket change? Do you think you might have one of these valuable 1980 Lincoln cents hiding in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video about rare coins that could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that your next coin might just be worth thousands. Hello, and welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and showcase the rarest and most valuable coins that could make you rich. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but has a shocking value of up to $73,945 in today's rare coin market. This is one penny you'll want to hear about all the way to the end. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln 1-cent penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and went on to become one of the most widely circulated and collected coins in American history. Over the decades, minor changes were made to the design and composition, but the core image of Lincoln remained. Now let's fast forward to the year 1981. This was the final full year that the United States Mint produced Lincoln cents using a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Beginning in 1982, the Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. As a result, 1981 Lincoln cents mark the end of an era for copper pennies and are already considered collectible by many numismatists. But within the 1981 penny production run lies an extraordinary anomaly, the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. So what exactly is the no-mint mark penny, and why does it matter? Coins in the United States are produced at various mint facilities including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, coins from Denver carry a small d mint mark and those from San Francisco have an S. For most of its history, the Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on coins. Therefore, many coins from Philadelphia, especially cents, appear without any mint mark at all. However, what sets the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny apart is not just the lack of a mint mark, but the quality, condition, and certain die varieties that have been discovered among these coins. In some extremely rare instances, error coins or perfectly struck coins with unusual features have been found in circulation or in coin rolls. These rare versions of the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny are what have sent collectors into a frenzy and pushed the value of these pennies into the tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk value. Most 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cents in circulated condition are only worth their face value of 1 cent, or perhaps a few cents to a few dollars if they are in better than average shape. However, the real treasure lies in finding a specimen that is in pristine condition, specifically coins that have been graded as MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. MS stands for mint state, and a grade of 67 indicates a coin that is nearly flawless, with superb luster, eye appeal, and minimal handling marks. One of the highest known auction prices for a 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in MS 67 red condition reached an astonishing $73,945. That's right, $73,945 for a single penny. That sale shocked collectors and sparked a renewed interest in hunting for high-grade 1981 Lincoln cents with no mint mark. So, if you have any old penny jars, coin rolls, or pocket change lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. But wait, it's not just the grade that adds value. There are specific die varieties and error types that can dramatically boost a coin's worth. For example, some 1981 no mint mark Lincoln pennies have doubling on the obverse, specifically on Lincoln's eye, his jawline, or the lettering in Liberty and In God We Trust. These double die varieties are highly sought after and can command premium prices, even in lower grades. Additionally, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other mint errors from 1981 can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right buyer. The key to identifying a valuable 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny is proper examination and authentication. You'll want to use a strong magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin's surface. Look for signs of doubling, sharpness in the details, and any unusual features. If the coin looks especially clean, red in color, and well-struck, it may be worth submitting it to a grading service. Be sure to weigh your coin as well. It should come in around 3.11 grams if it is the copper variety. If the weight is significantly different, you may have an even rarer version on your hands. So, where can you find these treasures? Believe it or not, rare coins like this are still being discovered in circulation. Coin rolls from banks, estate sales, yard sales, old collections, and even in your pocket change. Collectors who take the time to look carefully and do their research are the ones who often strike gold, or in this case, copper. In conclusion, the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny might look like any other penny, but don't let its humble appearance fool you. With the right condition, grade, and features, this coin can be worth a fortune. From 1 cent to $73,945. That is the power of knowledge, attention to detail, and a little bit of luck. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just getting started, always check your change. You never know what historic and valuable coin might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode on valuable coins that could change your life. Leave a comment below if you think you might have a 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny, or if you've found any rare coins recently. We'd love to hear your story. See you next time, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and coin collections. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of a single copper-plated zinc coin that shocked the numismatic world. We're talking about the extremely rare and incredibly valuable 1987 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny with what collectors believe is the mysterious Mar minting anomaly. A coin that, in perfect condition with its peculiar features, is now valued at a jaw-dropping $69,349. So buckle up, because what you're about to learn might just change how you look at every penny in your possession. Background of the 1987 DPNNY. The 1987 D. Lincoln cent was minted at the Denver Mint during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins annually. In fact, over 4.5 billion pennies were struck with the D mint mark in that single year alone. Most of them were standard issue and quickly found their way into circulation, used for everyday transactions and largely forgotten by the public. But out of the billions produced, a handful stood out. And one in particular has stunned collectors and dealers alike. What makes this coin special is not just its excellent condition, but a curious feature that has never been fully explained: the presence of what appears to be the letters Mar on the obverse side of the coin, near the date or bust. This unusual anomaly has never been officially confirmed by the U.S. Mint, but it has driven collectors wild with speculation and interest. The Mar anomaly and mint error THORIS. So, what exactly is the Mar anomaly? On this rare 1987 D penny, there are faint but clearly visible letters that seem to spell out MAR. Some experts believe this is the result of a die clash or an unintentional engraving. Others speculate that it could be a case of a foreign object becoming stuck to the die, leaving an impression that mimics the letters. And then there are those who claim it was an accidental or unauthorized addition by a mint employee. While the true origin remains unknown, one thing is certain: the anomaly makes this particular 1987 D. Lincoln cent extremely rare. Mint errors and anomalies are known to significantly boost a coin's value, especially when they are one of a kind or very few are known to exist. How the coin was discovered. The now famous 1987 D. Lincoln cent was first discovered by an amateur coin collector in the late 1990s. The coin had been tucked away in a small collection for years before the anomaly was spotted under magnification. Once photos and details of the coin began circulating among numismatists and collectors, the buzz began. Leading experts and coin grading services were contacted, and eventually, the coin was sent in for professional authentication and grading. It received one of the highest grades possible for a circulated coin from PCGS and was confirmed to exhibit the unique Mar anomaly, though it was never officially labeled as such. Nonetheless, its uniqueness could not be denied, and collectors began placing extraordinary bids for ownership. Section 4. Rising value and market demand. As more collectors became aware of the coin, the demand skyrocketed. Only one confirmed example is known to exist with the Mar marking in such pristine condition, and that scarcity is what drives its market value. Coin auctions and private sales have shown that rare anomalies like this one can command enormous prices. In a recent appraisal and valuation from a top coin expert, this unique 1987 D. Lincoln cent with the Mar anomaly was valued at an astounding $69,349. That's right, nearly $70,000 for a penny that could have easily gone unnoticed in someone's change jar. The value of this coin has continued to rise thanks to its condition, its one-of-a-kind anomaly, and its story, making it one of the most talked about coins in modern U.S. coinage history. How to identify and sell a rare 1987 DPNNY. Now you might be wondering, do I have one of these in my collection? Could you be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars without even knowing it? Here's what you need to do. Start by checking every 1987 D penny you come across. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to closely inspect the area around the date and Lincoln's chest and collar. Look for any unusual markings or signs of letters that resemble MAR. Also, check for overall condition. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and sharp detail are worth significantly more. If you believe you've found something out of the ordinary, don't hesitate to get a professional opinion. Contact a certified coin dealer, or better yet, submit it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. If the coin is authenticated as a mint error or anomaly, and it's in good condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. When you're ready to sell, consider auctioning it through a reputable numismatic auction house or listing it with professional marketing to attract top-tier buyers. The story of the 1987 D. Lincoln penny is a reminder that extraordinary treasures can be hiding in the most ordinary places. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises and opportunities. Keep an eye on your pocket change. Look closely at every coin. You never know what you might find. Remember, the difference between a 1-cent coin and a $69,349 collectible is often just a matter of attention and knowledge. Stay informed, stay curious, and most importantly, keep collecting. If you found today's story fascinating, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next coin treasure discovery. Thanks for watching. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting and may your pennies be priceless.